Hello, good morning. This is your daily outlook for Monday, the 23rd of April. The euro weakened to 131.76, retreating from a two-week high at 132.27 against the US dollar at the start of the new week, following the French first round of presidential voting, showing socialist candidate François Hollande ahead of President Nicolas Sarkozy. Investors are concerned that a Sarkozy defeat may weaken the French-German cooperation in tackling the eurozone debt crisis. The International Monetary Fund increased its firewall to $430 billion to deal with a potential eurozone debt contagion, but this provided little boost to the single currency. The euro may become under pressure as investors are worried about debt auctions in Italy. The US dollar strengthened against a basket of currencies today as heightened risk aversion in the market spurred a higher demand for the safe haven currency. Versus the Japanese yen, the greenback slid as low as 81.25 from 81.77 trading on Friday, and all eyes now turn to the Bank of Japan and whether they will decide on more quantitative easing at their monetary policy this week. Eyes will be focusing on any hints on further bond buying from the Bank of Japan, as well as the Fed policy meeting and the US gross domestic product expected this week. The Australian dollar dropped versus the US dollar to 103.26 from 103.82 after the producer price index was weaker than expected. Investors appear cautious ahead of Australia's consumer price index due on Tuesday. In the scenario where inflation comes out softer than expected, expectations for a rate cut by the Reserve Bank of Australia may rise. Versus the greenback, the British pound rallied to a 5-month high at 161.49 from 160.38 after data revealed that the UK retail sales rose to 1.8%, higher than expectations for a 0.5% rise. Sterling got a boost after the release of the figures on beliefs that the UK economy is in recovery mode, adding more expectations that the Bank of England will not expand its asset purchasing programme in May. Looking at commodities, we saw oil rose to $104.66 a barrel from $102.57. Gold was little change, rising to $1,642.60 an ounce from $1,641.09 and fell to €1,242.98 an ounce from €1,250.47. Silver dropped to $31.53 an ounce from $31.90. Now let's take a look at what the currencies are doing this morning. The euro-dollar pivot points at 131.60 with a preference to enter into long positions at 131.65. The dollar-yen pivot points at 81.50 with a preference to enter into short positions at 81.45. The Aussie dollar pivot points at 103.90 with a preference to enter into short positions at 103.90. The sterling dollar pivot points at 160.70 with a preference to enter into long positions at 160.75. And the dollar CAD pivot points at 0.99 with a preference to enter into long positions at 0.99. Looking at commodities, we saw the oil pivot point at 103.30 with a preference to enter into long positions at 103.30. The gold pivot point at 1634 with a preference to enter into long positions at 1634. And the silver pivot point is at 31.10 with a preference to enter into long positions at 31.10. And of course, for more up-to-date information, please visit us at easy-forex.com. On the calendar, the market movers are the EU Purchasing Manager Index Manufacturing, forecast to come out at 48.1, and the EU Purchasing Manager Index Services, forecast to come out at 49.4. Now for our pair to watch out for. The £, produced a spectacular rebound against the Japanese yen, rising as high as 131.78 on Friday. The pair appreciated by 423 pips and thus recorded a weekly return of 3.3%. Friday's close was at 131.42 and the next resistance level is at 131.78. The pair slid today to 130.83 and it will be interesting to see whether there will be a reversal of this trend. This has been your Daily Outlook. I'm Emma and Joe from the Easy Forex Dealing Room. Have a good day.
Not only have you found a great place for Forex news, you found a great place to trade it. Registration is easy. Just click Join Now. Membership has its unique benefits, such as the freeze rate, the trade simulator, the inside viewer, and personal dealers. Your personal account manager is waiting for you now.